Hey guys, AscendantGod here with Raid Shadow Legends, going over some patch notes. This is patch notes for 1.12. They were leaked early on Reddit. They were actually just leaked yesterday, so I wanted to cover this today. I finally had some time to, gonna skim through it. The patch is supposed to be going live tomorrow at 7 UTC time. So we'll see if it does actually happen. That's according to the rumors. That's when it's getting released, so it's coming very soon. I'm going to skim through all this. Now, as far as this patch, I mean, we've all heard about that it was coming. A lot of hype from Plarium. Doesn't look like anything that spectacular. I mean, the comments below this show a lot of disappointment in my clans, the Sin Cluster clans. Like, a lot of people are complaining in that it's going to be disappointing as well. But there's some long-awaited changes happening, which is good. But there's a lot of things that we've been waiting on that they keep saying is going to be coming that isn't coming. But bear with me as far as these patch notes, because as far as this, again, it's a patch leak. So this is pretty disorganized and cluttered, and especially when we get to the champion balances. But to start, I'm going to go ahead and skim through the main things that are important here. So first thing is platinum tier here. All right, many of us were really looking forward to this, another tier of arena that's going to be more challenging, and we're like, great, now like we've worked so hard to have such strong, you know, groups, and now we can apply them in platinum. Platinum's only going to have 300 positions, though. This is really, really disappointing to most players. I mean, you think of how many players there are, and there's literally only 300 positions that they're going to make available in this Platinum. So most players are never going to even see it. All right, and the way that it's working, according to this description here, it doesn't seem good either. It just seems really annoying, like it's all about just who spends the most gems to get into arena the second the reset happens. Like, what it is how this works, as you can read through here, the first 300 players to go over 3,200 points in arena makes it into platinum. Once the 300 slots are filled, then it's a matter of being as high up as you can be in platinum to keep from getting bumped down out of platinum. So at that point, it's basically once another player exceeds 3,200, their overall scores compared to the platinum champion in that 300, that is the lowest score at the time. Now, if their score is lower than the player who just exceeded 3,200, then they take that player's place. So now, this isn't the official patch notes release notes. So, I mean, these were leaked. So again, it may not be completely accurate, but if this is accurate, it seems like a train wreck waiting to happen. From what this seems like, everyone's going to have to set their alarms for the arena reset. So if you're somewhere where the arena reset for you is at like 4 a.m., or I think mine is like at I think 6 a.m. or something. I don't know exactly for arena because I never had to worry about it before, but I'd have to be setting my alarm to get up the middle of the friggin' night just to get up into platinum, or else I'd most likely miss out. Because here's what makes no sense. Seems like your chance to get into platinum here is only checked one time the moment you go past 3,200 points. So say you go past 3,200 points, but your points aren't higher than the lowest platinum players at that point. Okay, so now you don't get to platinum. But then I don't know what the new cap will be, but from what these notes seem to indicate, no matter how high you increase your points from there on out, you'll never get into platinum unless you intentionally drop your score below 3,200 again, exceed 3,200 again, and the next time you do it, your score exceeds the lowest player, which means like there's somebody in platinum that's weak enough to have gotten more losses than wins and went below 3,200. So I don't know. I just don't see this. Like, it seems like it's not going to be fun. It seems like it's going to be all about, okay, as soon as the reset happens, get a ton of arena wins to get from that 2,900 on the reset up to the 3,200 as quickly as possible, be one of the first players that does it, and then, you know, just make sure you get a bunch of wins above and beyond that so you have such a high score that you're never going to have to worry about getting bumped out of it. But I don't know. It just, the way that it seems like it's set up is going to depend purely on you spending a bunch of gems on the arena tokens at the reset to get your scores as high as possible into platinum, ensuring you maintain your rank in platinum. So platinum may very well end up being just for whales who are willing to revolve their entire waking hours and all their gems around farming arena immediately after the reset each week. So to me, that's not fun in the least bit. Like, I mean, the game already costs enough as it is, and then now it seems like this is just another way to get people to spend money on the game by putting pressure on them. So, I mean, games are supposed to be fun, not stressful. But, I mean, again, I don't know. I mean, maybe these patch notes aren't complete, or maybe it isn't explaining it exactly how it's going to work. Ideally, it would hopefully be the top 300 players who have the highest overall, you know, scores or highest wins or whatever would get it. But I don't know. But even then, it's going to be about who spends the most gems to get the most wins. So I don't know. But in Platinum, I think it's going to be hard for people to get wins. So I don't know. It's hard to say exactly how this is going to work. But I can almost guarantee with the way that this is right now, it's going to be about when the arena reset happens, spending a ton of gems to get up as high as you possibly can. And it's going to basically be teams with like 310 speed and Hegemon teams. And I do not like Hegemon, but like, I mean, that guy's god broken. But like, you know what you're going to see is, is stuff like this. Like, you know what's going to win arena? It's not going to be things that are fun. It's going to be stuff like this. All right. And this is just a really quick example here. Okay, so it's going to be the person who can do this the fastest is pick a group to fight, do the encounter, and click auto, and have a group that does this. Turn meter boost, Drake and Morph, defense down, weaken, big gun, kills everybody. Oh, one person left, Nethril kills them. Boom. Yeah, what was that, a like 7-second win? Like, that's the kind of thing that's going to get into Platinum, is like 7-second wins, or it really should have been like 5 seconds if Big Gun killed them all, which usually he does. Like, from what I'm seeing, it's going to pretty much be that as soon as reset happens, you're doing that as quickly as you possibly can, and then boom, get into it. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's head down to the next part here. Now, another part, now this is actually good. The next thing is a new campaign difficulty. This one I am looking forward to. This is great. More experience, more silver, some new rewards from the star pool. The star pool, but meaning that when you go into the campaign, where you had, when you beat the campaign, you get these rewards. So there's supposed to be more star rewards as well, they're saying here. So there's going to be another tier. Maybe it'll be another sacred shard. It's probably not going to be anything that spectacular, but it'll be a little something new to earn. So that's at least nice. And but yeah, it's better than nothing. I mean, we'll see, you know, how much more experience, how much more coins, and how much more energy we have to spend to get those coins, and the difficulty. You know, hoping this campaign difficulty doesn't end up being another faction wars where it's so difficult that it ends up being not worth farming. But time will tell on this one. Once it's released, we'll see what happens. But it does sound promising. So just hopefully it's not ridiculously difficult and we can farm it. So now, speaking of faction wars, that is another change here, which is going to be great. Right here, the faction wars rebalance. Okay, now it's basically essentially a long-awaited nerf to faction wars. Like, this is another part that I'm really looking forward to, as I know a lot of other players are as well. It's a bit disheartening here, though, too, because I remember a moderator months back assuring us in the forums that they had plans to increase the incentives for players to pursue Faction Wars teams. Now, I interpreted that as either better glyphs or better rewards. Now, but, I mean, this is still good to see. I mean, depending on the level of nerf, you know, it will help everybody who worked on Faction War teams to get better glyphs on average, so that's good. And also more star rewards as you're able to progress further. So just like with the campaign here, you go into Faction Wars, and then you see the same thing. It'll actually load. Sorry, the game's being sluggish today for some reason. I think everybody's excited about the patch. They're getting ready for it. But anyway, so, you know, more rewards as you're able to progress further on each of these to get these things here. And, you know, these rewards. So that'll be nice. But, I mean, these rewards, I don't see anything that spectacular. I mean, 335 star points just to get an epic tomb. Wait, I don't know. Nothing that great here from what I'm seeing, but it's better than nothing. Again, like, it's just, this just isn't what we were hoping for as a whole, I feel. But it is going to be at least a little bit more rewards for Faction Wars, a little bit more incentive, since it won't be so difficult to progress. But it's not going to get us anything that's that huge, but in time it'll gradually let you bump up the rest of your gear by getting better glyphs on average and everything like that. So that'll let you increase your artifacts for other groups, like, you know, your clan boss and arena, dungeons, things like that. So it's better than nothing. But I mean, honestly, from what the moderators kept assuring us, oh, we're going to do a lot of things. We're planning on tweaks to, you know, increase the incentive to pursue faction wars and the rewards and everything else. Well, you didn't improve the rewards. You're going to make it a little bit easier. Like, the only thing they did as far as improving the rewards is where it says here that they removed the rank 1 glyphs from stage 10 and stage 11. So even though the glyphs still aren't particularly amazing, at least they have slightly increased the rewards for some stages. Like, that's not only going to increase the rewards for a small margin of faction war teams, though, because, I mean, for the hardcore players, that might not even help us at all, depending on how severe this nerf is. Because, I mean, heck, even with our, like, weaker teams, like, I think one of, like, my weaker teams is currently, like, these Banner Lords. I don't have anybody maxed out for Banner Lords. Highest I get is stage 8. Just, my team is just, yeah, I can't even show you my team, but they're not very good. But the thing is that even though they're not very good, I could already get to that stage. Now, if this nerf is pretty severe and I'm able to get past the stage 11, then that improvement to that is not going to do me any good. So again, depending on how severe the nerf is, it may help us some, it may not help us much at all, because it's only two different stages. But at least this is a step in the right direction for faction wars, so that's good. Now, next, there's a really cluttered champion balance list here. This is showing changes to a handful of champions. I didn't take the time to fully read through all the details here because it's really disorganized and cluttered, but I mean, you can look through this here and see some of the champions we know needed buffs, as well as not seeing a lot of champions that we've been asking for a long time. But I mean, it's 10 different champions, some legendaries, few epics. You see Soulless, War Mother, Cathalia Lugan, Blood Gorge, Blood Feather, Excruciator Grimskin, and Hexia, things like that. It looks like Rain Beast actually got a nerf rather than a buff, though, so I was leveling one of them up. It seems like he's probably not going to be worth it now. But anyway, next you can see cluttered into this the changes to the champions. It's like somewhere up here. It's tied into it. Yeah, right here. The changes to masteries. So cluttered into that, you see that for 800 gems, you can now max out masteries on any given champion. Now, you still need to get the champion to rank 6 before you can get all the masteries, but it can save you from having to farm Minotaur and save a bunch of time, max out a champion much faster. Well, personally, I'm not all that excited about this. It's just like how you can buy arcane potions in the games. Like, the gem cost isn't worth it, in my opinion. I mean, if you're farming Minotaur for a champion scrolls, yes, it is time consuming, but if you know enough to use Nox Player with macros set up, you run it overnight while you're sleeping or during the day while you're working, and the majority of the scrolls you need, if not all of them, are done by the time that you wake up. So, plus you also have the experience earned and the coins. Like, what I do is I don't max a champion out to level 60 prior to Minotaur, because I know they're going to get at least a little experience from that. So I get them up into the upper 50s, let experience points from Minotaur carry them up higher, plus I'm earning those coins in the process too. So 800 gems doesn't seem horrible. I mean, it could be worse, but it also doesn't sound very appealing either. Like, I don't see myself using them, but I'm sure whales are very excited about that added feature. Now, some other long-awaited changes. They're finally adding more slots to the champion vaults and to artifact stores. It's kind of annoying that you have to pay either gems or coins to open up the slots, but I mean, they're going to give us 100 more slots to be able to open up for the champions, so at least it's something. All right, it's better than nothing. It's not shocking at all that they're making us pay gems or coins to be able to open up the slots, but whatever, it's another 100 slots. It also seems like we'll have an option to select champions from storage in the pre-battle selection menu, which is nice. Should be nice as far as being able to farm faction wars without having to swap everybody around every single day to do it. The only downside is that after you do it, they'll be pulled out of the storage and into your main inventory. So that's going to be a little bit annoying because it'll save you time of pulling them out, but then you still have to keep putting them back in or else you'll fill up your inventory. So again, it's better than nothing, although the vault itself still needs a complete overhaul. I mean, it's not the change we wanted, but at least it's something. And It seems like they've idiot-proofed the destroy option for artifacts, so it double checks and makes absolutely sure that you want to destroy it before you destroy something. They're also going to add an additional 200 slots for artifacts, so that's great. Like, I've been dying to have that. So glad to see the increased storage space for them. I wish it was more, but 200 is, again, better than nothing. It can let me start farming Dragon again, try to get better gear, because I've been hanging on to a lot for Faction Wars, but haven't been maxing some of the gear out because of running out of coins. So, but next, server maintenance alert window. This is amazing. This is a great update. I mean, how many times have you guys been doing the clan boss, all to have server maintenance make you have wasted the 15 minutes of your time for nothing because you never saw a notification for it, you know, or the lesser annoyances, like you wasted an arena token or energy on a dungeon for nothing because of a server maintenance that came up. So this is something that I'm really, really glad to see personally. I know a lot of other people are as well. It's a huge step in a better direction for the game. Fusion change. Now, if you have needed the champion, but they are over the rank you needed, you can still use them for the fusion. This is great for those of us who might be using that champion for Faction Wars or something, but we want the fusion champion more, and it's the only one of that particular champion we have. Or when you're mindlessly farming and ranking up and accidentally increase the rank more than you were supposed to. So I think it's great that they did this, because now people aren't going to be afraid to rank up champions for Faction Wars to test and then be like, oh, I shouldn't have done this because now if I need them for a fusion later on, they're maxed out and they aren't that great for Faction Wars. You know, it gives us more versatility with our champions, which I think makes the game more fun. It gives us more options. So we can max out champions to test, but then if they turn out to be not that amazing, we can use them later as fusion foods. So we always have that option, so no more worries there. That's great in my opinion. Now, another thing, global leaderboard rewards. This is great for whales. Notice the wording here, though. The players that manage to take the top places on global leaderboards. Now, not players who take places on the global leaderboards, the top ones. So I'm assuming this probably means like the top 5 or something will get something extra. Like, in my opinion, it should be those top 100 getting at least something. I mean, would it really kill you, Polarium, to like give everybody in the top 100 like a couple of ancient shards? You know, like, I mean, come on, really, like with how much they're spending to get that high? I mean, to me, only the top global leaders getting that is not that appealing. Like, it won't be the worth the amount of money to spend to get those rewards. I mean, to be in the top 5 in a tournament, you typically have to spend hundreds of dollars, or in the case of buy shards and win events, even thousands, to be in those top spots. So again, it's appealing for a very small handful of whales, but overall, depending on how many of the global slots get extra rewards, most likely not going to be anything that great for the majority of us. Like in the last Dragon tournament, I needed Dragon gear still, so I ended up placing like, I think 40 or 50 something in the global leaderboards. But from how this is written, I'm thinking I probably wouldn't have even gotten anything extra, and I spent a lot of energy on that thing. So, I mean, we'll see though, who knows, maybe it'll be the top 50 or something. I just dread how much more people are going to end up spending as a result. Like, honestly, it probably will not end up making sense. Like, it's probably going to be like you'd have to spend so much money doing that it would make sense to just buy those items that you would have gotten from the rewards, just flat out purchase them, and it would have been cheaper to do it that way than to earn it through the global leaderboards. But who knows? I could be wrong. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. I very well could be wrong. But I'm thinking more than anything else, it's just going to be for bragging rights along with a little bit of an extra bonus to it. I mean, it's definitely Plarium taking some extra steps to increase their revenue, that's for sure, which isn't a bad thing, though. I mean, more money for them means more opportunity for development of the game, at least hopefully. So, another thing, multi-battle fix. You can use multiple champions for farming the battles again. This is long overdue to be fixed. People have been furious about this for months. Like on my free-to-play account, that was driving me crazy because I needed 2 champions to farm it. Now I can again. So on auto battle. Another change, tavern user interface improvements. No idea what they'll be, but okay, it's an improvement, so hopefully something nice. Bug fix. Now, the whole poison thing here, as far as the bug fix, it has people fuming already. I mean, now bosses only get a fraction of that poison damage. Karam here, that's going to be suffering, like, see, Karam's rot away, like, he was already garbage. Like, say, for example, you have 3-turn poisons on a boss. Like, you have, 5 3-turn poisons. You have 5 poisons, 3 turns each, on a boss. Great. Well, if you use Karam's rot away ability, it gives 5 ticks of those 5 poisons, but it only gives 1 tick. So then you lose the other 2 turns. You basically lose 10 ticks of poison if it was 5 of them that were left on those poisons. So as it was, you already lose a really large quantity of damage overall by using it. Like a lot of times it ends up doing more harm than good unless you have large quantities of poisons in any given group. In the long run, it usually makes you lose more than you gain. And now they nerfed it. I mean, I don't understand. Where was this a problem? Like, if any of you know where it was a problem, please let me know. Because, I mean, if there's something I missed, I don't know. Like, I don't know how Xavia's worked, but I'm thinking hers probably wasn't that amazing either, except for groups with tons and tons of poisons. But, I mean, even then, like, if you have Dracomorph with 4-turn poisons and you're losing those 3 other ticks just to get 1 immediately, I don't see that. But I mean, Karam, like, he already was garbage. Like, I actually pulled him out of my vault. He just sits in my vault. I don't use him. But it's like, so you got his Rot Away here, where it deals all the damage from poison debuffs on the target instantly, but it only deals 1 tick of poison damage, so it's garbage. And then now this is going to do less damage, and he was already worthless as it was. And then, like, his other things, like 15% chance of a critical hit, like, this is garbage. And then this one here, 30% chance of a poison. Like, it's only, like, it goes up to a 50% chance of 1 poison for 2 turns. Like, he's trash. Like, I don't even understand why some of his are 4.6, 4.5. Like, he is complete garbage for the clan boss, because you lose so much damage overall from him. I don't know anybody that's doing Ultra Nightmare that's running with Karam. So anyway, I don't see that as a good thing. Anyway, then moving along though, crash fixes, that's great. Not sure what crashes they're fixing, but I know the PC version for me crashes quite a bit, so hopefully it's fixes to the PC version. Champion and boss, AI fixes. Now, again, that could be great, but it depends on who and what. Like, that new Harvest Jack, like, he really needed to have his cast order fixed. Like, he should have been using his A3 before his A2. The AI had him doing the opposite, so you rarely ever saw his block buffs effect from his A2 getting applied unless you had other fear champions to run with him that applied their fear before his initial attack, or you were using him manually. And for any of us that are doing endgame content, who really wants to run this manually? Most of the stuff we're doing on auto. So this wasn't that great as it was, but now his auto cast order, made it even worse as far as his abilities, because he wasn't that great to begin with, but that cast order killed it for him. But I mean, at this point, we have no clue what the AI fixes did. We'll see. Like, it'd be nice, like, if they made Nethril so that he only used his A1 on the clan boss as well on auto, but we don't know what's changing yet, so we'll see here. And if you scroll down further here, you can see the champion balances and a few other things weren't organized from somebody here. And then if you do a web search on this patch 1.12 patch notes leaked, you can find this all for yourself. Like, I mean, if you do a web search, I don't like doing links to specific URLs in my videos because this URL could end up changing, and if you really want to look at this, you could just pause the video at any given point and just look here. I'm just kind of scrolling down just to show you all of these here. But yeah, because I don't want to post a URL now and then they change the URL and then it's no longer going to the right one. Just do a web search, patch 1.12 release notes leaked or something like that, and you'll find it on Reddit. But anyway, this is pretty much all the information here relating to the patch. You can see here, this part here, it's a little more organized. And then if you scroll down further, you can see that, a lot of people are upset, like Mashaled here, and that there's so many others that, Black Knight, Shamrock, the Mashaled, like, just so many champions that still need balancing. The overall consensus here is that this is disappointing, and you see that time and time again. But I do understand, like, where this person's saying this is a step in the right direction. The thing is I feel like they're doing more harm than the good because they're pumping out more champions than they're balancing. We see 10 champions being modified here, but they've pumped out way more than 10 champions since the last patch. So you're putting out more champions than you're balancing, so you're making the imbalances worse. But I mean, 3 months for this, 3 months that we've been waiting, and like right here, actually funny enough that I mentioned this, like, we waited 3 months for this, seems pretty underwhelming, and I agree. I feel like, you know, right here, again, too, same complaint that I said before, so few rebalances. You know, and people, the whole ban from Discord, I don't even want to get into that. But yeah, so Black Knight's still useless. Again, see, it's funny. The thing is that I don't mention the issues that I have usually. I mention the issues that I know overall people are really disgruntled about. Like Black Knight, I have Black Knight, but I mean, I don't have Shamrock, but yet I know he's complete garbage. I don't have Mashaled, but I know he's complete garbage. And then there's champions that they did modify previously that still need modifications, like Tomb Lord I still feel is garbage after the buff and then frequently thereafter nerf once they made him god broken, and Astrolith still isn't that great. And this poison nerf, that's a thing that people are complaining about, like I said, because like Karam has already been garbage. And then another complaint about Mashaled. Nothing as far as the changes to the counterattack meta, which they said were supposed to be coming. There was also, we were getting, there's supposed to be a new clan boss, but yet that's not in this, so it might still be a few more months before we see the patch with the new clan boss in it. Yeah, there's a lot of complaints here, a lot of disgruntlement if you scroll through this, but like that one guy said, I feel like this is a small step in the right direction with a few things, and some things I'm really excited about, but overall I'm not really that excited. There isn't really anything to make me go, oh, I'm going to start spending a bunch of money on this game again. No, I cut back. I'm glad that I cut back. I might spend $5 or $10 here and there on energy packs, but like I'm limiting my budget monthly. And I suggest all you guys do the same. You know, until they make the changes that we want, the only way we can get them to make changes if they see that by not making change, it's hurting their sales. That's the only way. And another thing, these people who brag about being Krakens, like to me, the more appropriate name is Crackhead. You're not a Kraken. It's nothing to brag about spending thousands of dollars on a game. You're a crackhead. You're somebody who is not responsible financially. And Krakens in the game, which Krakens are a step above whales. I don't remember the minimum. I think maybe it's like $5,000 minimum they have to spend on it before they're labeled a Kraken instead of a whale. Whales spend a lot. Krakens spend more. But no, you're a crackhead, not a Kraken. But anyway, but by supporting those people, we're encouraging the game to be as expensive as it is, and that's a problem too. You know, I mean, I support the game, so I like to spend a little bit of money on it here and there. I am stupid enough to still have that monthly thing, which $10 a month, which I feel is a ripoff. But I mean, I play the game every single day, so these bonuses do add up for me. I like the multi-battles for when I'm farming for experience and things like that. Do I think it's worth $10 for most people? No, not for 20% and an extra 25. Nah. But anyway, but I mean, let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, overall, it's a step in the right direction, but a very small step in the right direction when I feel they've taken more steps in a wrong direction with more champions that just are imbalanced and just things remaining unfixed. But let us know what you know in the comments below, guys. Like, I wanted to release this to try to let all you guys know what's going on, but I also want to hear your feedback. And, you know, maybe if Polarium does look at this, they'll see, you know, the biggest disgruntlements. They'll look at Reddit, they'll look at this video, and they'll look at, you know, things on the forums that people are posting about this and take it into consideration. They don't seem to take much of the customer feedback into consideration. They seem to just do whatever they feel like doing and completely ignore customer feedback most of the time, but every once in a while they listen to a little bit of what we say, so I feel like you might as well put your 2 cents in. So, you know, whatever questions, comments, feedback you want to give, feel free to leave them in the comments below. But that's about it as far as these patch notes for now. Again, they may not be 100% accurate. The wording may change once it gets released. The arena thing, I think, is my biggest concern. Where it's like I was looking forward to arena. That seemed to be the biggest thing other than faction wars, but yet only 300 people that are going to get into it. And it's the way that it's set up, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? But that's all that I got for now, guys. Hope this was useful to you. Hope it was informative. Yeah, so we'll see what happens tomorrow, and I'll be sure to do a follow-up video once we do have the patch go live and give you some feedback on some things, any kind of suggestions or feedback I can give you on the new content to try to help you out. But otherwise, that's all that I got for now, guys. So until the next episode, take care, good luck, hope you enjoy the new patch, hope some of this you're excited about, and I will catch you in the next episode. So until then. Hey guys, Anthony here, also known on this channel as AscendantGod. And shout out from down below because we love everybody equally here. Well, thank you guys for checking out the channel here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with the latest content as I provided on here. Also, be sure to check out the description sections of the videos regularly as well. That's where I provide you guys with all the resources that I'm able to find that I think would be useful for you. It's also where you can show your support, and it is much appreciated because regretfully, playing video games and making funny videos doesn't support the family. So any support you guys give is really appreciated. And other than that, I think that's about all that I got for now. So in the meantime, I'm gonna get back to this here. I think I almost got it figured out. So wish me luck, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. So until then,